Joe, I know you're still on the call. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am JJW. That is Deacon's Chair, and we are your internet dads. We meet here Monday through Friday to drink coffee and spill it all over my desk 10 minutes before the show. Deacon is he's handling some business. He'll be here in a moment. Good morning, folks. Have a little drink of coffee while you. We have plenty of interesting stories today. We are going to talk about Director Cheadle's inquisition in the Oversight Committee. We are going to talk about two different theories that are related to President Biden's surrender of the 2024 campaign to Kamala Harris. And let's see, we've got, and then we've got Kamala Harris's campaign itself. So we have plenty going on. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Deke, how are you?
Good. How are you? What's up?
Oh, I'm just telling everybody good morning and hello. And I got the Rumble stream set up correctly. I got the thing on there, and I got all of the coffee off of my desk and my electronics. So awesome. There's no way that this is going to make things more unpredictable than already.
Right here, just off camera.
Yeah.
Is my youngest daughter.
Oh, that's who you were talking to. I heard you talking to somebody there.
Yeah. And she won't stick her face over here on camera.
Oh, you don't want to be televised?
But what she doesn't realize is that there is a wall behind her. And the only exit is that door right there.
You're either going to have an audience member for an hour or she's going to join the show.
She's going to have to be on camera to walk away.
All right.
Now she's worried.
She's trapped. Oh, young lady, you can always just turn and face the wall and back across. You just side shuffle without showing your face. It'll just be hair.
You mean tell you she's my daughter, so what she's going to end up doing is crawling through the whole thing. She was like, I was just thinking that.
That'll be
my daughter.
That'll be good. Here, let me help. Go ahead. Go give it a shot.
Oh, look what he. That's pretty funny.
All right. I think I messed this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right.
There you go. You could probably scoop by now.
So, Deacon, sir, good morning. So it's always interesting to me that whenever we have conversations off the show, like, I'll see you tweet something on the Discord server and I can't believe you're actually watching this. So yesterday I was watching the Oversight Committee. We got you.
I know. I told her I moved the camera, but she still stuck her hand right in the camera.
She checked the camera. She looked up to check the monitor to see if she was on there, and that was the fail.
That was the fail. Yeah, that was. If you were a sniper looking out from behind the tree to see if the guy was still looking at you.
Yeah, here you could just turn your camera off for like 5 seconds. That's what we do in
Battlefield 4. Look, go. Look, go. I'm not gonna move it. Go. Can I walk? Yes, it's facing the lights. She is
amazing.
She's so much like me. It's hilarious.
That's funny.
Oh, it's funny.
All right, so we got a couple of different things to kind of talk about. I guess we should start with Kamala Harris's. I guess it's not a speech, is it? It would be a little bit of a campaign call. Let's bring that up immediately. Viva La Frey says Kamala will not be the presidential nominee for Democrats. He's making a hard prediction here. A prediction that I'm like, it looks like she is going to be the nominee because I think that's the only way they get to keep the money. But the Democrats are just so stuck with her. They're just so stuck with her. Let me pull this up. This is an excerpt from a 20-minute campaign call yesterday. Share button. Doop-a-doop. Here we go.
Our president's voice. Joe, I know you're still on the call.
Whoa.
And we've been talking every day. You guys heard it from Doug's voice. We love Joe and Jill. We really do. They truly are like family to us. And we do. Everybody here does.
Whoa.
It's neutral.
I knew you were still there. You're not going anywhere, Joe.
I'm watching you, kid. I'm watching you, kid. I love you.
I love you, Joe. Oh, it is so good to hear.
Okay,
you're still on the Rick. Now, is that just a nominal Slip of the tongue.
No.
Yeah, I didn't mean to say recording.
I
meant to
have
say
been
phone
a
call.
public speaker for 30 years. Next year will be my that's false. For 29 years and 3 months, I have been a public speaker. That
Yeah.
was not that. She messed up.
Yeah.
That wasn't
let's take that
some
out the
wrong
bag.
word in the brain or something. She messed up.
We will never know. They
As
will never
a
tell us the truth.
professional opinion,
I have a guest too. Good morning,
public
guest.
speaker,
Yeah.
she messed up.
Come here, guest. Deacon's daughter was just on camera, so I figure why not have my beautiful daughter roll out of bed and come say hi to you.
Oh, she's still sleepy.
Did you just wake up?
Yeah.
Did you have a good dream?
Mm,
Bad dream? Any dream?
I'm not telling you right now.
You're not telling me right now? That's fair. That's fair. Did you sleep hard though?
I slept until late.
Okay. You slept in too late? That's okay. That's called getting the rest you need. Beauty sleep. Huh?
She don't need very much of it.
And she's off.
Yeah, watch something.
You can go get dressed.
Mine is standing at the door.
Mm-mm. After, later. Okay.
All right, so I wanted to
Yeah.
display something here because I'm going to have to get up as soon as I start this. I know she's going to pull up. So
Yeah.
at the end of that recording there, you heard the voice of what sounded like Joe Biden talking to her, correctly?
There's no doubt at all that that was Joe Biden's voice.
You don't think that that was Joe Biden's voice?
No, I said there's no doubt. That was
Oh,
absolutely Joe Biden's voice.
You believe that was Joe
I
Biden's voice?
definitely believe that's what Kamala said so.
Okay, well, I just want to show you and our viewers just a little bit of how easy it would be to dupe someone.
Okay.
We do this on radio all the time. In fact, it is so easy. I've got an example here for you. Let me see if I got to press the buttons here. Let me see if I can get the telephone here. Deacon, are you there, buddy?
Hey, yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, how's it going?
Going pretty good. I was just wanting to see if you could give an example to JJ and I about the discussion we were having was how easy it is to do something like this, to fake a telephone call with a voice like this.
Yeah, it's super easy to do. Like right now, as I'm recording this, it is 7:23 on 7:23. Wow, that's kind of cool. That's 24, and it's 7:23 and 42 seconds, 43 seconds, 44.
You ain't got to say them all.
Okay, sorry.
That's
Sorry.
that's okay. That's okay. See, can you just tell us like an easy example or just explain the process just real quick? Don't go into a Deacon explanation. Just real quick explain the process of how this does.
It's actually pretty easy. You just have to script out, make a script of both people talking to each other,
Yeah.
record the one part, and then memorize your parts and just go through it several times so that you know certain keywords.
Yeah, that's true.
Like in that previous statement, I knew to say at like 43 or 44 to interrupt myself.
Yeah.
So basically, that's all it is.
Hmm.
Oh, and then I've taken this and ran it through a sound effect filter to make it sound like a telephone.
Yeah, and it doesn't, it's not so much a telephone like back in the day, but more of a clear telephone sound. So I just wanted to show you how easy it is to fake a telephone call.
So-
Deke, thank you, Deke, for your help
Thank
there.
you, Deacon.
Love the
Thanks for
show.
joining
Never
us.
miss an episode.
You never miss an episode.
Thank you
Sweet.
so much. Yeah, here this is for you, Deacon.
Later, Deke.
All right. That's great. Thank you, sir.
Put the phone off
Thanks.
here.
Wow. We need, you know what? How many deacons do you think you can get to like how many times can you clone yourself to like our show?
I don't know. I can have a bunch of deacons there, but I don't know how well that
Wow.
will go.
So
One
are you
is enough.
suggesting, Deacon, that somehow you're suggesting that one is not authentic and two, Kamala Harris does have the ability to learn and perform a script, which I honestly
That's
didn't
the most
think
ludicrous part to me.
Not-
As seen in the beginning of the video when she says
Mrs. President, you've flubbed your line.
She knew as soon as she said it. She knew as soon as she said it. That has happened to me before on certain things, man.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as the first part of the word comes out, that you're like, oh God,
So-
and then you just, and let me tell you what she did. It's a professional tip. This is a professional tip. Okay. Amateurs only do this. If you mess up and flub something like that, do not draw attention to it by acknowledging your mess up or making fun of it or saying, oh, just keep going.
Yeah.
And out of 1,000 people, 4 will be like, she messed up. Just keep going. Don't acknowledge that you messed up. That's a number one speaking tip. And she did that. She completely boom, kept going, and then it's out of mind.
This is a person that definitely has some nervous tics. the giggler. All right.
Hey, that's another thing. That's another one. The giggle, her laugh. That is what we've called it. It's a crutch. That's a crutch for her. It's a comfortability crutch. And you can go turn it to any more radio morning show right now with Billy Bob and Jeff in the morning. And you know, you get those.
Yeah.
That's a crutch. They use that as like a segue.
I mean, she laughs at stuff that isn't funny.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. So it's wrapped up though, as far as as far as democracy is concerned. As of yesterday, Kamala Harris has secured enough support among delegates to become a Democratic nominee. So I think there's something like 2,471 delegates that have committed or pledged to her as of Monday night. So now that is a sharp contrast to the number of people who actually voted for Kamala Harris, because Kamala Harris was not on the primary ticket in earlier this year. Joe Biden was on the primary ticket, as was Marianne Williamson and a couple of other folks. So it's kind of funny that Kamala Harris, who is not the number 2 choice among the Democratic primary because democracy. It's kind of funny that she gets the most delegates, because in 2020, she got 0 delegates. She did not even get 1 delegate. And yet somehow, despite the fact that nobody voted for her in the primary, she has now secured 2,471 delegates. And she only needed 1,976 to be able to be first on the ballot. So Harris told the campaign staff in Delaware on Monday that she has the confidence her new team will perform well, adding that it is her intention to go out and earn the nomination to win, promising to unite the Democratic Party, her nation, and win this election. So now it's interesting also that she's in Delaware. I wonder what Vice President Harris was doing in Delaware. We know that Joe Biden is in Delaware because he's recovering from COVID, according to his a letter released by his doctor. Deacon, there are a couple of theories about what's going on. There is the theory that a coup has been perpetrated against Joe Biden, a coup de tweet, you may say, spearheaded by Nancy Pelosi and the other dicks. And then there's this alternative theory that perhaps Joe Biden is actually infirm and cannot do the job.
Yeah. That was one that what if he passed away in Vegas? And they are scrambling to figure out what the crap to do to not release to the public that he passed away.
Yesterday it was on Twitter quite a bit. Where's Joe Biden? I think Congressman Lauren Boebert asked for proof of life.
Well, so there's all the reports coming out that the Las Vegas Metro Police had got like an emergency call that the whatever was going to be the presidential whatever was going to be coming through, and to make way for whatnot and to some hospital, and then it got rerouted to the to Air Force One or whatnot. Let me just give you this timeline here that they have put together. Trump almost gets assassinated. Days later, Biden has a medical emergency in Vegas requiring self-isolation at home. The last public appearance reported to be July 17th when deboarding a plane in Delaware. In the time since, Trump shows up at the RNC, accepts the GOP nomination. Pelosi, Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries ramp up pressure campaign to push Biden out. Leaks abound. The Washington Post reports Obama not happy with Biden's election chances. Pelosi starts Operation Get Joe Out the Hard Way. Biden aides Ricchetti and De Leon or whoever execute plan to push him out. Hunter Jill reportedly have a screaming fest. A resignation letter with a suspect digital signature with no official letterhead is issued on X. White House staff blindsided. Chief of Staff informs cabinet, takes over communications. Endorsements begin. Finally, Obama speaks out. Joe Biden has been one of America's most consequential presidents. Kamala shows up to take over. Family members Frank and Valerie Biden say that health was a factor. FEC filings changed. Donations transferred over to her campaign. Kamala somehow raises $81 million in 24 hours. Kamala reportedly gets the delegates to be the presumptive Democratic nominee. Joe hasn't been seen in public the whole time. And a report coming out of Breitbart today. I always have said that Breitbart. It's Breat. It's not Bright. Soros stamp of approval. Billionaire donors vow to bankroll Kamala Harris's presidential run. Left-wing billionaire donors. Let's see. Let me see where it says that. Gretchen Sisson, a top Democratic bundler in California and supporter of Miss Harris, said the announcement was met with enthusiasm in her circles. George Soros and his son, Alex Soros. So I'm just letting you know.
Big props to Kyle Becker on Twitter for assembling that timeline.
That was Kyle Becker who did that timeline.
Yeah. So he has this chart here. I don't know if you looked at this. Check it out. Type of political change, right? Look at this. There is the push, which is counter elite led, and there's low public participation with elite replacement. Okay, that's not what we have here. A coup d'etat is elite or counter elite led with low public participation, and the governing elite renewed, which is what we're looking at. New personnel in the ruling elite. There's a revolutionary coup d'etat, which is elite or counter elite led, but usually there's high audience participation, so people are involved in a revolutionary coup d'etat, and a renewal of governing elites of replacing them, or for mass participants, change of leaders and priorities. And then there's the political social revolution, which is usually led by the counter elite and has a mass push from the bottom. So it looks like that we are witnessing a coup d'etat of some kind, at least according to that graph. So I guess the real question is, okay, so if,
give me a second, okay?
Sure.
I'll be right back.
All right. So if Joe Biden is healthy and hale, and as according to his doctor, recovering from COVID, let's see if let me get rid of the Harris tabs here. Biden Q, let's go here. Let's get rid of this one. His doctor issued a letter saying that he's almost totally recovered from COVID, right? So if Biden is healthy and hale, then it makes sense that Nancy Pelosi would do a hard push to remove Biden from power because he's still holding on. However, if he's ill and infirm, let me say if he's at the other extreme, there's some people that are saying that he died in Las Vegas. Then it would not be necessary to do a hard push like that. However, if he's in the middle, if he's just ill and infirm, he may be unable to do the job, but maybe resisting removal as well. Hey, Dave. Good morning, sir.
Hey, morning.
So, catch you up on what we've been talking about, but it seems that there may be evidence that there's some sort of a coup going on, or there's definitely something going on that's not being that people are not being forthright. So, have you been watching, the goings on between Nancy Pelosi and her posts and no, of course not, and you'd be reluctant to post in the first place. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm enjoying. I mean, I catch a few things here and there.
yeah,
Reading the news, but
yeah,
yeah.
So there is a report on Breitbart News that Biden only quit the race after. Now this is after his flight from Las Vegas. He canceled like 9 trips on his Las Vegas trip. And we've seen him. There's a video out there of Joe Biden taking one step at a time, super slow getting off the plane. There's a video of him basically just barely able to get into a transport vehicle in Delaware. So we know that he was last seen in Delaware, and people haven't seen him in days. And it's been trending that, where's Joe Biden? Here is a report on Breitbart News that Biden quit the race after it was finally threatened to invoke the 25th Amendment. The 25th Amendment is, of course, the powers that the vice president and cabinet have to agree that the president is infirm and then remove him from office, whereupon the vice president would ascend to the presidency. It seems as though Joe only released his grip on the 2024 campaign after this threat. Top Democrats threatened Biden with the 25th Amendment to force him out of office if he did not voluntarily step aside. Democrats, read Nancy Pelosi and Barack Obama here, leveraged a coup against Joe Biden. Many Republicans, including Republican J.D. Vance, recently speculated there's a constitutional process, the Fifth Amendment. If Joe can't run for president, he can't serve as president. And if they want to take him down because he's mentally incapable of serving, invoke the 25th. You don't get to sort of do this in the most politically beneficial way for Democrats. If it's an actual problem, they should take care of it the appropriate way. But of course, the appropriate way would lead to Kamala Harris serving 6 months as the president and the entire country voting against that. So the Democrats want to hold on to power. So the most important thing is for Democrats to acquire power, right?
Yeah, so there's a couple things going on there. Like, first of all, what's the official story on why Biden dropped out of the race? Because that, if he says it's because I'm mentally incapable of doing this 4 more years, or I'm mentally incapable of running a campaign, it depends on what that reasoning is. I would think that would impact whether or not the 25th Amendment can be utilized, right?
I mean, it can be utilized for as long as the vice president and cabinet members agree. They could do it at any time for any reason. There's no qualifications. It's just if they determine that he's unfit, unable to do the job, they can call it.
And you're going to have other individuals who are going to say that he hasn't been doing the job all along, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, yeah, the presidency isn't a person; it's
talking about me.
Team.
I would never do that, Deacon. Sorry, I didn't know I was pointing there.
Smack that thing out the way.
Let's see. Okay. So the one theory is that there's just a coup. He's such a failure and he can't win that they are pushing him out. And the other theory is that he's dying. And I don't mean like, oh, he's old. No, there are people out there that are quite sure that he's dying. We're
all dying, JJ.
Oh my goodness, the account no longer exists. Wow, I don't know if I should even bring this up then. Well, that's
Biden HQ.
That's incredible. No, it was from Global Press Corps, and they had successfully predicted the resignation Sunday of Joe Biden. They predicted that in advance, and then they posted this other story, but now the story is gone.
If there were bets in Vegas. I'm sure there were.
Yes, there were. You know there
was
were.
a word. Yes. What am I
You
talking
can
about?
bet on it. You can gamble on anything.
You can gamble on anything.
Wow. Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to retreat slightly from the Biden is dying. there was a report that Biden was in hospice and may not survive the night. There is a plan today that Joe Biden
Getting that
will
too, right,
return
Pete?
from Delaware to the White House and what just happened? Did you guys hear what I said?
I think your internet just like freaked
You
out.
went digital for a second.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of cool though, because I think you're AI now. I've only met you one time for like a day and a half, so you very well could have been a robot with.
I might not be real.
You might be a Max Headroom.
All right.
Is that you?
All right. So there is a plan that Joe Biden will return from Delaware to the White House today and have a meeting, or perhaps tomorrow. He may come back tomorrow. Laura Loomer is posting that Joe Biden's just about probably dead or in hospice care, but I don't know if that's true or not. However, what is true is that the White House is now, a memorandum from the White House.
That's what I was looking at right here. Will you let me bring it up? I've got it on my screen.
Oh, Newsweek.
You got breaking news?
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, no, go for it. Keep talking.
Memorandum on the delegation of certain functions and authorities under the Rebuilding Economic Prosperity and Opportunity for Ukrainians Act. Joe Biden, or the White House, is delegating some of his powers to the Secretary of Treasury and to the Secretary of State.
Yeah. The Secretary of Treasury, I hereby delegate the functions and authorities vested in the president by sections blah, 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 of the Rebuilding Economic Prosperity and Opportunity for Ukrainians Act. Good God, who named that? Let me be slapped. I hereby delegate the Secretary of State, in consultation with the Secretary of Treasury, the functions and authorities vested by the president in sections blah, 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 blah. The delegations in this memorandum shall apply to any provisions of any future public laws that are the same or substantially the same as those provisions referenced in this memorandum. The Secretary of Treasury is authorized and directed to publish this memorandum in the Federal Register. So explain what those mean. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No.
There's an act passed by Congress that said, hey, President, you have to do this, 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 and this. And now this may be ordinary. This may not be extraordinary that, he says, okay, the law says that we have to do this, 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 and this. So I'm going to assign these tasks to the Secretary of Treasury and Secretary of State. However, given the current climate and context of people haven't seen Joe Biden in days and fears of his health and incapability, it adds to the story that Joe Biden's not there.
Let me add this then. This is from Newsweek. It's from an hour ago. Joe Biden hospice care claims what we know. This all stems from right-wing commentator Charlie Kirk, who posted a rumor that the president had a medical emergency in Las Vegas last week and may be in hospice care. Goes on to say Kirk, who has a history of promoting questionable theories, shared the rumor Monday on X. He wrote, and I'm done saying formerly Twitter because we get it. He posted on X. We know what X is at this point. All right. So he wrote, got a weird lead on a story that people should look into. Got a call from a source close to Las Vegas Metro. The official story was Biden's trip was cut short last week due to COVID. However, according to this source, the United States Secret Service informed Las Vegas Metro that there was an emergency situation involving Biden and to close necessary streets so that the POTUS could be transported immediately to University Medical. Then, mysteriously, there was a stand-down order, and the Secret Service informed Vegas PD that they were going to medevac POTUS to Johns Hopkins. Apparently, the rumor mill in the police department was that Biden was dying or possibly already dead.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
That's like from Newsweek,
So Newsweek ran the story that Charlie Kirk had posted this news.
Correct.
So I don't know that they
Kirk did say
it
seems too wild to be true, but It's what was reported to him, and he feels he has a responsibility to report
Here
that, whether or not
is-
it's true or not.
This is Charlie Kirk reposting Kyle Becker, which we've already cited Kyle Becker, journalist in this show earlier today. Breaking, and then there's the quote, several of the officials we spoke to said that this was indeed being reported and acted upon as a full-blown medical emergency, insisting a simple positive COVID-19 test would not have warranted a drastic, massive response. Jordan Satchel verifies that Biden did experience a medical experience while in Las Vegas. The dossier obtained independent testimony from over half a dozen law enforcement officers who participated in the detail and others who spoke with firsthand knowledge of the incident that day. For this story, we worked with Turning Point Action to secure the testimony of several sources and vet the legitimacy. This is what the officers told the dossier. Officers are working with the detail described Wednesday as chaotic from the start. Biden was already way behind schedule before the incident. Several sources said things really went haywire after he had been present at a famed local Mexican restaurant called Lindo Michoacan. I'm sorry. Where he was doing the rounds and shaking hands. We saw video of him at that Mexican restaurant, Deke. We reran it a couple days ago.
Yeah, because we talked about the what we would do if he was in the restaurant, how you would act.
Yeah. Then suddenly he was supposed to be scheduled to deliver a speech, and all hell broke loose. Several law enforcement officers on duty that day were informed over the radio that President was dealing with an unspecified medical emergency. Far from the case of the sniffles, this was sent out on an encrypted police airwave as if something akin to a 5-alarm fire had broken out. Our sources estimate that it was easily hundreds of Las Vegas metropolitan officers and employees who heard the broadcast live, so a curious media shouldn't have a problem reporting any follow-ups to this story. The dispatches made it clear that this was much more than a mere change of plans because it set in motion so much of their on-duty emergency response apparatus. Radio dispatchers responsible for coordinating with the president's detail requested an immediate surge of law enforcement resources into the area, both to secure the vicinity and to expedite the president's movement. Joe Biden has not been seen in public since that day. Whoa. That's quite dramatic.
I want to show you something else I found here in a minute about the audio. This kind of goes hand in hand with this because with Kamala's little appearance and had that audio with Joe Biden, is that proof of life?
No, that's not proof of life.
Would an audio recording, Dave, do you think be proof of life in a judicial setting?
40 years ago, possibly.
Today?
No.
I want to show you this that I just
Deep
found.
fakes are real.
It's about 41 seconds long.
And unfortunately, I mean, anybody's going to automatically say deep fake, deep fake, deep fake.
Deep fake, deep fake. Glad that you said that. It's king of segues right there. So this guy, in case people don't know, there are tools on the internet for you to like reverse image search and reverse search stuff like that. And you can take, I'm sure you know this, JJ, because of your wife. I'm sure she probably uses one of these tools every day look to see if something is artificial, to use AI to generate it. All right.
Yeah.
Teachers use those tools to see if papers and
phone
stuff.
off the hook.
I hear something. I think it's Deke's phone, maybe.
Shouldn't be.
It's not mine.
Maybe it's somebody's heart monitor about ready to flatline.
Do we have somebody else on the line? Yeah, you're good.
It very well may have been this feeding through because this thing is like 40 years old, 50 years old.
Oh, okay.
The thing that controls my phone. I've been trying to get them to replace it. Anyway, in this video, they've taken the audio from Joe Biden's call to Kamala Harris and ran it through 11 labs, or ran it through.
Okay.
So, hang on, I gotta share it.
You should show it to us.
I know I'm a dumbass. I do that every
time. I know yesterday's news was surprising and it was hard for you to hear, but it was the right thing to do. I know it's hard because you poured your heart and soul into me.
All right.
Okay. Let's just go on old 11 Labs and see if that's really all they probably used for this.
So he
So-
uploaded the sample to 11 Labs.
There we go.
There's the sample.
And let's see what we
Now
got.
his sample is MP3, so there's already going to be some degradation of the audio quality.
Yeah,
I just
some
want to point that
compression.
out.
Right? You're
Yeah.
exactly right.
You're going to lose your tops and your bottoms.
98, the probability 98%. It is very likely that this audio was generated by 11 Labs.
Yeah, looks like they didn't even really try.
Wow.
I don't even have a subscription 11 Labs account, and I can do some amazing things with the free one that I have showed you both that I can do on here before, that we've done on here before. You know, and that was just me farting around. If I actually put time and devotion into it and money and subscribe to the big one, I've got a friend that's got the real subscription, you know, the mid-tier subscription. And he played me an audio recording of our boss that I had never heard before. I'm like, oh my God, did he really? And it was all audio generated. And he said, I just needed he said, I had a 15-minute clip of him talking dry that I fed into it. It was unreal.
Wow.
This man hired me at 18 years old, and I couldn't tell the difference.
This
So-
is crazy. Owen Gregorian. Oh, that says that's from January. No, this is from 8 hours ago. So, yeah, White House gets caught using popular AI voice. So Kamala Harris gave it away. Yeah. It
When
was
she
a
said
recording
recording.
because it was never a call. It wasn't even a recording of Joe. It was a simulation of, you know what you guys ought to do? I say you guys, internet. Hey, internet. YouTube has a policy that AI generated content cannot be passed off as real stuff. So you should flag the Kamala Harris campaign video for using AI generated content to honestly, I mean, no joke, to say that that's Joe Biden and that she's taken over the campaign. That is a coup against the duly elected president of the United States of America. That's legit. That's a coup.
Time out. Against the what?
I'm out, Dave.
Duly elected. See, there was an election in 2020.
Okay, now so this time we'll say duly elected, but I've heard other times we're like, nah, he wasn't elected. So I just
I
want to
never
like
said he wasn't elected. I
That's
never
me
said
you're
that.
talking
Okay.
about.
That's
okay.
him. He says that.
All right. I'm just like I'm trying to play the. Make sure
I'll say it was rigged and cheated, but that doesn't mean it wasn't duly elected. See,
I don't know if those two things can be true.
The delegates, all of the delegates said that
you
Joe
keep using
won,
that
and then
word,
he
but I don't
signed it.
think you know what it means.
Well, the process is that the House and Senate certify the election, and that happened. So he is the
All
duly
right,
elected
I'll
president
let
of
it
the United
slide.
States.
I'll let it slide.
Kamala
Can we
Harris
talk
using
about
a fake recording of Joe Biden to steal the election. Come on, that's a legit coup. That's a coup.
No
Wow.
comment.
Coop.
We live in interesting times.
We say
We
down
do.
here in Kentucky, we say coop. There's a P down there on the end for a reason. Damn it.
Oh boy.
It was a coop. Hey, speaking of
I thought it
coop,
was a co-op, like a
it's
co-op, but a co-op.
I've been down to the co-op yesterday. Got some
Most
chicken.
of us
feet.
have.
Waiting on.
Waiting on
All
what?
right.
Dude,
Hey, I
speaking
wanted
of
to show
chicken,
y'all
I'm
this.
still waiting on X to X has verified my ID, but they won't let me stream to X yet.
Bastards.
JJ,
Okay. Yeah.
your recommendation was straight fire.
What? What?
Omaha,
What are you talking
Nebraska, Beyond Golf Bar and Kitchen. Those
Oh, you got
nachos
them
were
nachos?
amazing.
Oh my God, they're so
Dude.
good.
Now I made one mistake. I got them and took them back to my hotel room, and I should have just stayed there and ate them while they were nice but they were so good. I got the brisket. They were like $25, but dude, those were good nachos.
I'm telling you, I've never had better nachos.
God bless per diems. God bless per diems.
Yes. All right, man.
Did you
That
guys
is literally
hear?
have no interest in going to Omaha, Nebraska at all, except if
for
somebody
the
was like, "Well, we're
nachos.
going to Omaha," I'd be like, "All right, well, while we're there."
Deke wants to go to the bookstore. Deke wants to go to the bookstore.
I would like to go to the bookstore, and I also Omaha, Nebraska is where 311's from. I've been a 311 fan since they were like a band from Omaha.
I totally derailed the show.
Deke.
Sorry.
I was driving my kids around, my family around on Saturday, Sunday, something like that. I don't know where we were just going somewhere, and we pulled into a parking lot, and I looked in the car behind me, and there was a giant, like 3-foot wide decal across the
311.
entire back window of this car. 311.
311. When I saw 311,
All right.
okay, so yeah, that's the funny story. When me and Alex were standing there a couple of years ago at Louder Than Life watching 311, fixing to watch 311, there was a kid standing there next to me talking to his girlfriend about seeing the show. And I leaned over and I was like, the first time I saw 311 was in 1994, and the opening band was an act that we'd never heard of before called No Doubt. And we'd never heard of this band before. And he goes, huh, I wasn't even born until 2000, whatever. I was like, we went and saw 311 like 1998.
Snars, you
Rich,
are
I
the
don't
first
know.
viewer on YouTube.
Oh, on
Thanks for
YouTube.
joining us.
Yeah.
We are
We got
also
several on
broadcasting
Rumble.
on Rumble. Yeah. And when Twitter gives or
First
X gives
viewer
us
ever on YouTube? No, that just
Yeah,
from when
no.
we come back from our ban.
Yeah.
I almost got us banned yesterday, Dave, and I wasn't thinking.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I ruffled JJ's feathers. You had this
Appreciate
Jordan
it.
Peterson thing on here. I didn't know if you wanted to get to it today or wait till tomorrow, because it's good. I watched it. Me and Ashley both watched it yesterday.
Did you watch the full 2-hour interview or just the little clip?
No, just the little clip.
I'm working on the entire interview. I watched about 20 minutes of the interview this morning. We can do that tomorrow. Let me throw this. Let me throw this story out of there. Michael Moore is now calling for the resignation of Joe Biden. So I just wanted to, okay, Michael Moore is a staunch Democrat, super Democrat, and yet even he is calling for the resignation. And I believe he means withdrawal. Off the heels of the withdrawal of the election, Michael Moore is actually calling for him to resign as president. So he's saying you should resign. You can't do the job. Biden stepping down is a great start. Next, Biden must resign so Harris can run as the incumbent president. Then Harris can call for a ceasefire or whatever, a bunch of other stuff. But this is a big call from Blue Democrats here. Michael Moore. Okay, I just wanted to get that story out of the way.
Are you guys going to be watching the Olympics this Friday?
Probably not.
No.
I mean, I like to. I usually do, but probably not.
I'm going to be watching the opening ceremonies. It's always very interesting what they do. There's a lot of symbolism if you know what you're looking for.
100%.
Where is it being held? I've already seen commercials for like
Paris,
Wheaties or something. Yeah.
Paris.
What's the other? I saw the on this commercial. I saw the 5 rings of the Olympics, but then there's like these three swooping. Do you have any idea what that symbol is?
Stands for gay people and trans people.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just.
I'm glad you know that. I didn't know that.
I don't know. I'm
no, you know that.
I made that up.
No. You know that. Deke, let's switch over to this real quick. Yesterday, Director Cheadle was interrogated by the House Oversight Committee.
I watched that,
and it was so amazing. Nancy Mace, everybody on the committee lit her up, Republicans and Democrats. Now, to be fair,
some Democrats
didn't as much. The Democrats were trying to make it a gun thing, like an AR-15 climbed on the roof and shot at the president, and therefore AR-15s are bad. But all of them were saying that she did a bad job. She is responsible.
If you want to watch something beautiful, watch the Marjorie Taylor Greene minutes talking to her.
She took note.
Is brutal. It is one of the most brutal exchanges I have ever seen in a Senate hearing like this. She was slaughtering her, man. It was bad. And in true fashion, this Kimberly Cheadle did not say anything. Why do we have these Senate hearings? It doesn't matter who's on the stand. Almost zero information is learned.
Cheadle did everything she could to not answer anything.
It
I
was
mean,
she danced around. She won
I'm
the
waiting for
dance
that information.
contest
I'm waiting for the
yesterday.
report. I'm waiting for the report. And Republicans and Democrats were saying it's been 9 days. How the thing that got me was a simple question. How many casings were on the roof where the suspect was found? Well, I can't answer that question. Hang on just a second. Hang on just a second. All right, so somebody asked Cheadle how many casings were on the roof, and she said, I can't answer that question. I don't have the report in. And the congressperson said, do you know how many casings were on the roof? And she said yes. And then she said, tell us. And she said, I can't. I don't have the report.
They asked her a million times.
How many shots were fired? You guys all know, right? How many shots were fired from the roof, allegedly? 3 and then 5, and then this sniper took his shot, right? So there should be 8 casings on the roof. How come she can't say 8?
Not. Because there's not. If you listen to the audio of those shots and you know anything about recoil and sound and how sound travels, you can hear pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, that's
the first 3 shots in the audio. I watched like 4 different 30+ minute little things over the weekend where these audio professionals are breaking down the audio and showing, because they're showing screens that I use every day, so I know what they're doing and talking about. And it was very interesting because snipers use that to gauge distance. We do that with freaking thunder. See the lightning, 1001, 1002, it's 2 miles away. And you can hear it in the freaking audio recording that was from the mic in front of Donald Trump. Pop, 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 pop,
well, the pop is the supersonic passage of the bullet, and then the report from the gunshot.
The microphone.
Yeah.
Pop.
Yeah.
Pop. The sound of the report, the actual explosion from the barrel at a distance.
Yeah.
The closer that is, the more in unison that is, because sound travels 1,130 something feet per second, right? The bullet travels much faster than that.
Right.
So
that pop is the first sound is the bullet passing the mic, supersonic speeds, and the second sound is the explosion, the sound of the explosion
from where it took place.
Right. And if you watch these videos, okay, they have a microphone at the podium, and then there's audio from another microphone from somebody recording this separately.
They've
much
taken
lower quality audio.
All these videos, and they've tried. It's very interesting. Yeah, and I watched it because I'm a sound person and I love sound and audio.
That was the whole theme behind Batman Rises, right? Or Batman Begins, one of the Batman movies. Like he used the audio from all the cell phones to figure out where the Joker
that was Batman Begins. Yes, that's right. He created a sonar out of cell phones. So now you know me, Deacon. I am much less likely to be convinced by a conspiracy of something without some serious evidence. But I consider like audio analysis some kind of evidence that it appears that the gunshots were not necessarily fired in the same place.
Have you all looked at the overhead view, like Google Earth view of the area?
Certainly. Yes.
Okay. The theory about the sniper on the water tower, I throw out after looking at that.
Yeah, I think that's garbage.
It's ridiculous garbage. You would not have a clean shot. Impossible. Have a clean shot from where Trump was, where that water tower was.
I don't know
shots
if there was
coming from left to right.
Would be wrong too.
Sniper up there, but there was something was up there.
Something, but nothing connected to the shooting.
There's another theory that's come out that says that there was the shooter in the window or in the upper level of that building that Crooks was on.
The grassy knoll?
No, they're saying that not the grassy knoll. They're saying that the building that Crooks was in had an open window and there was another shooter inside. And so they were shooting from the same orientation, slightly different elevation.
Mm. But still at 130 something yards, that report of that rifle is not going to be like that. That pop, pop, those first 3 shots come from a longer distance than the next shots, in my opinion. And I'm just some audio guy that's worked with audio for 30 years. And has used a weapon, has used guns and rifles, 22s, 30-06s, 308s, shotguns. I've used everything for 45 years.
How many shots did the Secret Service sniper team take?
One.
And
just one.
You can hear it at the end from Trump's microphone. It's a completely different. There's 3 different audio.
I don't know.
There's 3 different bullet gauge sounds to me. Audio. It's like a gunshot happened from here, and then some here, and then one from here. Not in that orientation. I'm just giving you an example. There's like 3 in my head when I listen to it.
Dave, I don't know if you can be here tomorrow, but maybe tomorrow we can kind of like go through the audio graph a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Today I've got a conference call in a couple minutes, so I need to get. So
let's get to jokes.
Let's wrap it up and do jokes. Hey guys, do you know what cows like to eat?
I'm sorry. Somebody else heard that too. I think I heard the ringing. Ashley was messaging me and said that is it your phone? I heard it ringing. It sounded like it didn't hang up all the way. I think it might have been because I'm doing this contest, and I think my little thing over here kind of fed it through. Okay.
Nobody can get on the contest.
Yeah. No, I took names. Well, just tell your joke again. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, sorry. What do you know what cows like to eat?
Grass.
Smoothies. Yeah.
Let me tell you my daughter's favorite joke. My daughter Maggie, that was here when she was little, she used to say, "Why did the cow cross the road?"
Why did the cow cross the road?
To go to the movies. You can tell that one to your girls.
Oh no, my daughter has a joke, and I heard it the other night, and I cracked up.
Okay.
All right, you ready for it?
Yeah.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting cow. Who?
Moo.
Has he never heard that joke?
I know. I knew it was coming. I let him tell it anyway.
Yeah.
So what did the pirate say when he turned 80?
Oh, I don't know. What did he say?
Hi, matey.
That's pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's good.
Right.
All right, Deke, I know you've listened to a lot of music, and JJ, I know you've listened to some music.
Sure, of course. Can't avoid it.
What rock group has 4 men who just absolutely cannot sing?
I don't know.
Mount Rushmore.
Hey, let me just say this real quick before you go off. Before Mount Rushmore was carved, that mountain was unprecedented.
Yes. It's good. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us. Even if you first time and you'll never come back, that's okay. We love you anyways. Bye from your internet dads.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light.
What?
Don't let your daughter